Set off on a Michigan white-tailed deer hunt, and my goal over the next 4 to 6 days is to camp out on the river, hunt white-tailed deer, and float around a 100-mile section of river. I've been looking forward to this trip for months, and I'm excited to share this video with you. Let's see what happens. Oh, there's 2 otters right here. There's 2 otters right here, guys. Well, that was a very unique experience. As I came floating around that corner up there, there were 2 otters, and they were very defensive and aggressive as I came floating around the corner. And you could hear them making this grunting noise, and that's something I've never experienced here in Michigan. Let's go take a look here and see if we can set up a camp. I floated down probably a mile past where I saw those deer, and if we can set up here, that'll be perfect. Oh yeah, this is perfect. This is deer camp right here, baby. I'm gonna get camp set up here, and we're gonna hunt this river bottom for the next few days. But look at this. We have acorns. There are a ton of oak trees all through here. So we have a good food source. There's a good bedding area down on the river, and I'm feeling pretty good about this spot. Well, we actually have an ORV trail not far behind my tent. And right here, we have a scrape on the ground that a buck made to attract a doe. And you can see there's a track right in the middle of it. It's looking good. I had a good spot in mind on top of a ridge that was overlooking the whole river bottom. But there's there's a truck here, and somebody has already beat me to it. Well, I did some scouting, and there's definitely a lot of deer sign in this area. But I didn't realize the pressure that's on the side of the river I'm on. So I'm thinking tomorrow I may hunt the ridge on the other side of the river. But there's 2 or 3 guys on the side of the river that I'm on. Well, all in all, that was a great first day. I think my favorite part of the day, though, was seeing those otters this morning. Now, I've saw otters in Michigan before, but I've never saw a pair of otters, and I've never seen them be that aggressive towards humans. I mean, they were smacking their tail around my boat. They were hissing and grunting and groaning at me, and it was just a pretty unique experience. I also saw 2 does that I decided to pass on, and I was able to see that buck as well. I'm going to cook up some dinner. We'll just keep it simple, make some brats, get a good night's rest, and hit it first thing in the morning. Juicy dog at deer camp, baby. Well, the forest is electric right now, and I am not welcomed here, it seems. There's been a beaver swimming past my camp every 5 to 10 minutes and smacking his tail, and it is so loud. I can't even explain how loud it is. And there's also been an owl just outside my camp screeching at the top of its lungs for 3 or 4 seconds, and it's just incredibly loud. Well, good morning and welcome back. I am up and at it. It's just past 5:30. The wind is absolutely howling. It's blowing probably 20 to 30 mile an hour steady, with gusts even higher. The pouring rain has been coming in on and off all night, and I'm headed out into the swamp. My plan is to hike probably around 2 miles. I'm going to hike up and around a big bedding area and then go sit on top of a ridge. I was thinking I'd go to the other side of the river this morning, but the wind direction that we have right now is not in favor of hunting there. So I'm going to try to play the wind. I'm going to try to avoid walking through the bedding area and see what we see on this windy, rainy day. Lo and behold, our food chest. Big cheese. Salami, baby. And this might be breaking rules, but I forgot mustard, man. Oh, yeah. Okay, our hike begins. Okay, we have arrived. Well, I sat for about 3.5 hours this morning. Didn't see a single deer. So I think I'm going to take a walk back to camp now, warm up a bit, and figure out a game plan for this afternoon. There were quite a few runways coming down into that low area, but just didn't see anything. Well, you can see right here, there's a rub on this tree. This is probably from a smaller buck. It could have even been from that buck that we saw yesterday. Well, right here, there's a huge intersection of runways. There are a couple really beaten down trails. There's also a marshland straight in front of me, and the river's just off to my left. So it looks like they're using this dry ground to travel right here. About 30 yards on the backside of my brush blind, there's a really nice scrape here, and it looks like there's even a couple fresh deer tracks in it. been sitting here for 5 hours and have not saw a deer yet. The rain finally just quit. The wind laid down. We have about an hour left of shooting light. We'll see what happens. Well, one just winded me. I set up downwind of where the major runways are, and that's where my shooting lane is. But that deer came in from behind me through the thick brush, and I could hear his footprints take off, but he didn't blow. I'm assuming it was probably a buck. Who knows? We're tearing into the Jimmy Dean. We go egg, we go sausage, second toast, but wait, raspberry jam, baby. Oh, just like that. Have things drying out on the right over here. Everything was pretty soaked after the rain today. And you can see I zipped up a couple small logs I found to get enough wood to dry things out. It'll be nice to start with a nice dry set in the morning. To me, there is nothing more peaceful than making a hot cup of coffee on top of a wood stove in a wall tent during the cold months. This is my third one in the morning already, and today is going to be another great day. I'm on the ball. I woke up just past 4 a.m. I packed up camp. The only thing left to do is take down the tent, empty out the wood stove, and we'll be on the river at first light this morning. One bite's a hot boy. Another doe. Two does. I just pulled off to take a break for a few minutes and adjust some things as the rain just began. But so far today, I've seen 5 does. I had a shot at 2 of them. I could have definitely taken a shot, but I still decided to pass. But I think my passing time is dwindling as I'm now day 3 into this trip. So the next decent opportunity I have at a doe, I'll probably take it. I just saw a doe. It was a big doe, but I couldn't get a shot. If I had a shot, I probably would have taken it at that one. Well, I hunted today as hard as I possibly could have. I started floating as soon as shooting light came around, and I finished right at the end of shooting light. So we put in a long day. I covered many miles. I saw 5 does that I could see visually. I could have had a shot at 2, but I decided to pass. And then I saw a handful of other deer, just the tails waving through the brush that I couldn't fully see. But no opportunities at a buck today. That's okay. I'm gonna get camp set up here. We'll figure out something for dinner, and we'll hit it hard in the morning. Well, for dinner tonight, I'm gonna make a big pot of sketty. We're cooking sketty with an ice cold Coke, baby. And the best part about the coffee pot is it works great for pasta. Okay, this is how we're doing it. We're going in with the pasta, and I'm gonna put the sauce in right now while it's still hot. We'll heat our sausage back up, going in with the sausage. Oh yeah. Well, I'm so tired. I'm gonna get some sleep. We'll see you guys in the morning. I do not want to get out of this sleeping bag right now. I am nice and cozy, and it's about 20 degrees, but I'm gonna get up, get camp broke down, and we'll begin our hunt. Well, yesterday was a long day and covered nearly right around 30 miles of river, so I'm pretty much halfway through my float. The woods honestly just felt empty yesterday, and a couple of the deer I saw as I floated past, I could just see their ears and their heads sticking out from behind a log as they were bedded down in the thickest of the brush. And when you have no snow on the ground, they are just so difficult to see. And that's the thing about this time of year. The deer have been pressured, they're bunkered down, the rut's over. And if you don't have those right days where the colder temperatures are getting them up on their feet, they're just gonna stay bunkered down. Conditions definitely aren't ideal, but I'm gonna hunt as hard as I can and see if we can make it happen. I'm not sure what was going on right there, but there was a bobcat and a kitten. You see the kitten? It was a bobcat and a kitten. And then the coyote was following the kitten, but it didn't look like the coyote was hunting the kitten. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if they were hunting together. I don't even know what to make of that situation. But that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in nature. I am so jacked up after seeing those coyotes and bobcat. I'm so excited for the day. Anytime you get to see a big predator cat in Michigan is just awesome. We have hot coffee, baby. missed us this morning, and we have some sunshine coming in. And judging by seeing those bobcats and the coyotes moving, I'm assuming the deer will be moving a bit more today as well. It's a beautiful day. We'll see what happens. It was a 4-pointer. I could see 2 forks on each side, but I could have definitely taken a shot. The second buck I've seen on this trip, and just not quite big enough. He took off at first, but then he stopped about 100 yards from me on the ridge, and I could have definitely taken a shot as I floated down farther, but just wasn't quite big enough. Oh yeah! A cold Coke and lunch is ready. Well, a big deer just took off back there, but it was in the thick brush and I couldn't see it. I could just see its tail as it took off. That was it. Got her, baby. Got her, baby. Coming down the hill. Into the river. Into the river, baby. Nice doe. Nice doe. There we go, guys. There we go. We have meat down, baby. We have meat down. Oh, she's in the river. We gotta go get her. I saw her eating acorns on top of this ridge. Okay, I'm gonna tie her up and then we'll drift down with her and get her out on the bank. But we have a deer down, baby. That's backstrap. Well, I made a nice shot on her. I'm gonna wait a minute. I'm gonna tie her up and we'll keep floating down. Then we'll bring her out and gut her. Did I make a good shot on that one? Toasted her, one shot. We're floating down with backstrap, baby. I'm gonna throw my anchor out. In the bush. I set it up like that in case I needed to anchor and get out and be stealthy. So the winch wasn't. Then all the deer go that way. I'm gonna get this deer to the front of the boat. I'm gonna tag her first, and then I'll probably wait until later to gut her because I wanna keep floating. We still have about an hour left of daylight. Let's see if we can get another one down. That wasn't easy. Gonna get her tagged up here. There's a plane flying over me right now. So I have my combo license, which will allow me to kill 2 bucks or 1 buck and a doe. And I also have 2 antlerless doe tags for this area. So I'm gonna use up one of these antlerless tags on our first deer of the season. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick look, find a spot to camp. And this actually looks perfect. This is a nice oak forest, and that's exactly what that deer was doing when I saw her. She was on top of a ridge feeding on a couple oak trees, and finally I spotted one before they spotted me. So I'm happy, but I'm gonna try to get this deer gutted and get her situated before it gets dark. It's a race for daylight. You guys just hear that owl? The forest is coming alive right now. God, that is so awesome. We're a bloody mess. Well, if you're thinking what I'm thinking, we're having tenderloin for dinner. Well, for dinner tonight, I'm gonna cook up one of our inner tenderloins here. And this is the most delicate cut of meat on the entire deer. Just gonna steak it up into nice little steaks. Throw a good chunk of butter in there. We're going in. For seasoning, just a light layer of garlic salt. Gonna keep it simple, and I'm gonna cook this so it's medium rare, and it is gonna be so tender and so delicious. And we even have another cold Coke to go with it. That rocks. I'm gonna flip them, and I'm gonna turn the heat off. Oh my gosh, my mouth is watering right now. All right, well look at that. A pan of fresh tenderloin, and here we go. That seriously just melts in your mouth. And one more round of sketty. Sketty and tenderloin. Into the den we go. I don't know if you could hear that. We have coyotes inbound. I've been listening to them howl for about a half hour, and they are close. I mean, probably about 400 or 500 yards away. I think they smell my gut pile. I'm on a big flat right now, big hardwood flat right here. So I'll hear them walking. I'm thinking I'm gonna hear them. It is just such a calm, clear night. Every star is out. The moon is out. You could hear a pin drop in the forest. The river's flowing. And you can't hear the sound of any road. No human, no civilization. It's just empty woods and wilderness. And there are so many beautiful sounds. I think I just heard some. Hey! Hey! They took off back to the ridgeline. I tried to get my big camera on for when they were howling close to me a minute ago, but I only think I caught a little bit of it. They were coming in for some meat. They're not getting my backstrap, though. You ain't getting my backstrap, boys. Not tonight, man. This is what I live for right here. And I'm so thankful that all of you watch these videos and support me, because I'm truly doing what I love. And I'm so passionate about it. And this is where I was meant to be. I was thinking that outside earlier. I was looking up at the stars through the trees. Couldn't hear a sound. And I'm just thinking this is where I'm meant to be. Camping in the swamp. Wet, cold, smelly. Well, I've stayed up for about 20 minutes now. I haven't heard them come back. And from what I could tell, I think they kept traveling down the ridge. So, I'm gonna get some sleep. And I'll wake you up if we're going coyote hunting in boxers, baby. Other than that, it's lights out. Well, good morning and welcome back. I got some good sleep last night. The rain has began. And I'm about to go see if the coyotes came back in. Hopefully they didn't, but they came in 2 times, I believe, last night. And I scared them off twice, so I had to protect our meat stash. Well, I just took a lunch break, and as I was doing that, I was passed by another boat of hunters. So there's 2 guys floating the river ahead of me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my time here and let them go down a couple hours. They did have a jet boat though, so I'm assuming they're gonna be ripping back up river at some point today. So I don't know, might be a tough situation, but we'll do what we can. Maybe I'll find a spot to go sit on or something tonight. Oh, did I have a good shot at that doe, but I decided not to take it. I was hoping there was a buck around, but she was actually with 2 other does, so I just let her walk. All right, let's go see what kind of trouble we can get into tonight. I'm gonna have about a mile walk to the spot. I've actually scouted this area out before, and this spot looked good to me last year. So I'm gonna go give it a try tonight and see what happens. The rain's coming down, it actually just slowed up a bit, and hopefully we'll see some movement. We'll see what happens. There's a big marsh off to my left, and the river's on my right. There's a nice strip of hardwoods right here. There's 2 runways on each side that follow the marsh and follow the river. A lot of oak trees on the high ground behind me. So I'm hoping some deer come out of the bedding area that's down by the river and work their way up to the oaks tonight. We'll see what happens. Well, I'm back at camp, and needless to say, there wasn't any action. I didn't see anything. If we don't make it happen tomorrow, the adventure will continue, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me throughout my entire hunting experience this year. But I'm gonna get some sleep. I'm gonna have to be up super early. I'm absolutely exhausted right now, and I'm ready to catch some shut-eye. I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning and welcome back. I'm on the river. I've been out for about 2 hours so far floating down river. It's almost shooting light, and I'll have about 2 hours of shooting light this morning before I meet my brother, and he'll shuttle me back to my truck. We'll see what happens. And here is our ticket to a shower. What's up, Jake?
What you got going on here?
It's time to get a shower. Well, thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video, but before I go, I wanted to let you know that we have some cool things in the works. Gonna be coming out with a whole new lineup of apparel, a new website, and we have some really cool designs put together on high quality products. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. I'll definitely let you know when it's up and running. And this fall, I've been extremely dedicated to learning more about hunting. Over the last 10 years, I've been a full-time salmon and steelhead guide. I started my business out of high school, and I was really dedicated to it. The fall was the busiest month, so with that being said, I just didn't have much time to devote to hunting, or any time for that matter. But now, I'm finally at a place in life where I'm able to, and I've just been learning a ton. It's relit the passion in me, and one thing I've been really focused on is learning how to track and still hunt deer through the woods. It is by far the most exhilarating, challenging style of hunting that I've ever done, but I've had some amazing experiences sneaking up on deer in their beds, and I still have one tag left to fill here. So I just finished up muzzleload season in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. I'm gonna go out for a bow hunt tonight. I built the bushcraft bow blind the other day, so I'm excited to go sit there tonight, and we'll see what happens. But before I go, somebody wants to say hi. Where's your bow? Go get your bow. Long behold, the great game of ball. Wanna go for a ride? Wanna go feed our deer? Let's go feed our deer. Come on. Come on.